Hi, I'm Jay from Ecotech Marine, and today we're going to be taking a look at the D&D, the Aquarium Solutions mesh top, also known as the JumpGuard. The JumpGuard comes in a number of different sizes. The particular model that we're going to be taking a look at here is the 75 by 75 centimeter model, which will accommodate the Lagoon 25 innovative marine tank, which we're going to install it on. Inside the package, there are a number of things. There is a mesh material, which is obviously your mesh top. You have the framing material, which you'll cut to size for your particular tank. There is also a rubber spline, which is what holds the mesh into the frame. And then you will have 4 corner brackets which hold the frame together. Each corner bracket has a diagonal bevel so that you can actually cut the tab off if you have cords that you need to run out of the tank. There is also a pair of handles and a tool specifically designed for putting the mesh into the frame with the rubber spline. In addition to what's in the package, you're going to need a couple other tools. The instruction manual calls for a hacksaw, and that's used for cutting the frame. Tape and a pen. The pen is to mark where you're going to cut. The tape is to protect the frame when you actually cut so that you don't chip it or scratch it. Scissors and a sharp knife for cutting the mesh, and we'll also say a tape measure because that will greatly facilitate your measuring and sizing of your material. Once you've unboxed everything, the first thing to do is to make sure that you have everything. The list of all of the components is included on the instruction sheet. Once you're sure everything's here, now you're ready to start actually putting it together. The first thing to do is to measure your aquarium. In the case of the Lagoon 25, the interior dimensions, which is from the inside glass to the inside glass, is 16 inches by 23 inches. We're switching to imperial here because here in the US, all I have to work with is a inches and feet tape measure. So with our measurements, what we do is take our frame and we measure 23 inches, which would be right here. However, because we have to accommodate the corner brackets, we need to reduce that by 41 millimeters, which is 1.61 inches. With the measurement, then apply some tape, make sure your mark's correct, measure again, just to make sure, and then you're ready to start cutting. Once you've cut one, then you can use that as the measurement for the other one of that length, and then you repeat for the other two. So once your cutting is complete, then the next thing to do is actually assemble a frame and put on the mesh. So to do that, we'll need our 4 pieces. Make sure that the flat edge is down and out, as that's the part that sits onto the glass of the aquarium. And then these tabs go in like so and clip into place. Now often there's a protective plastic covering on the frame. You may want to remove that at this point before attaching the mesh netting. We're going to insert the handles so that they're going to be on the underside of the mesh netting so that they stick up. So once you have those put in like that, the next thing you do is take the mesh netting and lie it or pull it across the top. And you want to line it up so that it's square with the frame. At this point, you need to cut 4 lengths of spline, make them slightly longer than what you are actually going to use so that you can trim them down. Then you'll start on one side and then slowly work the spline and the net into the channel. Pull it tight, but it doesn't need to be super tight. Okay, make sure the tabs are positioned where you want them. Okay, so once you've got all of the edging in, then you can use a razor blade to trim back the rest of the material. And so your finished product should look like this. Screen nice and tight, trimmed on the inside. Then the last thing you need to do is remove the plastic protective material from the top side of the frame. Let's go see if it fits.